Hi, ladies and gentlemen. So I have received a lot of emails from you guys asking about how you can plot the Stellarium data to create your HR diagram. So I'm going to show you with a sample set of data. As you can see, my sample set has values from all types of constellations here, not just one. Try to stick to one as much as you can. If you have to go to surrounding areas, that's okay. But we'll talk about that again in just a bit. Notice that I do have quite a bit of data. I'm using the bare minimum, which is 70 stars. That's 10 from each stellar type. Whenever I have my stellar data, in Stellarium, you're going to get the spectral type, and you're going to get something like this, like a class O3 or a B0 or B9, something like that. You need to convert this spectral type using, with my directions in the assignment, using a number instead of the letter. So class O is going to be a 1, class B is going to be a 2, class A a 3, so on and so forth. So when I'm looking at that classification converted, I have like an O3, for example. That now is a 1-3. I have an O6, that's now a 1-6. All right, so once you have all of your data together, what you need to do is select your absolute magnitude column, go to Insert, and then you're going to go to this little icon right here for scatter plots. Now you don't want a scatter plot with lines, you don't want the bubbles, because that's really going to mess up your data. What you want is just the standard scatter plot, this first option. And notice that your data is automatically filled in. However, it is not accounting for this spectral type. So what we need to do with our chart still selected is go to Select Data. Notice that your X values are blank. We're going to select our X values now. So I'm just going to select this column. And notice that my Y values go from B2 to B72. So I'm just going to simply type that data in as well. Click OK. And notice how my data shifted just a little bit. Now, this chart is actually not done yet. And the reason for that is, if I'm looking at my data, I have my brightest stars, my class O stars, way down here at the very bottom. But I want those up here at the top. In contrast, my dimmest stars, my class M stars, are way up here at the top. I need those down at the bottom. Because if you notice with the absolute magnitude system, the higher the value, the dimmer the star. So the absolute magnitude of like a 12.65, 10.24, 13.19, those are class M stars. Those are very, very dim stars. But my absolute magnitude values up here, my class O's, my class B's being in the negatives, those are much, much brighter. So it seems a little counterintuitive, but with the magnitude scale system, what you're going to do is go with the reference of the lower the number, the brighter the star. The higher the number, the dimmer the star. So it sounds counterintuitive, but go with it. All right, so we're going to reverse this data. So we have to select our vertical column or our vertical axis or your y-axis, depends on how you want to call it. And then we're going to go to Format Axis. Now, depending on the version of Excel that you're using, this might also say Edit Axis, but for my version it says Format Axis. All right, once you get your extra little pane over here, this little display window, you're going to see something called Axis Options. What you're going to do is scroll down till you see the option to put your values in reverse order. We're going to go ahead and toggle that on. And notice that my data values inverted themselves. I'm going to close that pane. My positive net values are down here at the bottom now. My negative values up here at the top. Now, you probably are looking at your data and saying, hey, I see like a curve right here, a little S-curve. If you remember back to the lecture, the S-curve is actually going to be the main sequence. And this is where stars spend the majority of their life. Off of the main sequence, up here, you have stars that have branched off. They're much older. They're going into the later stages of stellar evolution, and they're becoming giants and even supergiants. Same thing with a couple of these stars up here in the Class O, Class B range. Now this little guy way down here by himself, this star is actually a white dwarf, and it is cooling off. This white dwarf is going to actually be part of the white dwarf cooling curves, which fit right in here. However, I don't have enough white dwarf data to show the full cooling curve, just kind of where the general vicinity of that curve would be. All right, you guys, that's all you have to do. The key to this assignment is make sure you have lots and lots of data. If you don't have enough data, you won't start seeing this curvature. So you really want to see the curvature. That is the key to creating an HR diagram. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, good luck.